Hello. I am giving this a try. I am learning as I go, so I have no idea what I'm doing. Please bear with me. I have done YouTube videos in the past. Mainly just, vlog style, where I pointed the camera at my face. And I'm just over it. I do like having a platform to rant. Not like rant like bad, but, just to have a place to express and get messages across that I feel are necessary. I don't know what this might evolve into. I'm hoping I get better as time goes on. I'm still learning. So anyway, you'll get to look at my cute puppy, Rambo. He is our oldest. We have 6 dogs, and he is the old man of the house. He is 17. But anyway, I'm Rachel, by the way. Hello. Yeah. So why did I want to start this particular channel without showing my lovely face? Well, I don't know. No one wants to see my face. I got tired of holding the camera when really all I was doing is just recording my thoughts, and it didn't really require my face, right? So yeah, now I can record my thoughts, and my hair can be a total mess, and nobody will know. Shh. Alright, so where do I begin? This is kind of just a introductory video. This is my first one, so this just kind of put it out there, get me started. Sure, as time passes, there'll be many more where it came from. One of the things that is really kind of in full swing in my life right now is 2 things. I'm 40 years old. I actually just turned 40 about 10 days ago, 11 days ago. So I am freshly 40, which, yeah, I feel pretty old. But anyway, I got laid off from my job back in August of last year. I had been with the company for a long time. I loved it there. I was very happy there. I had never intended on leaving. So that was kind of a turn of events that I was not particularly prepared for. I think over the circumstances, I handled it better than I thought I would. However, I have struggled. I struggled to find a job. I'm lucky and I'm blessed that I have a partner who is currently making enough money to cover the necessities that we have. Now, this is just basic. I mean, we can cover the mortgage and the bills, but nothing extra. And it's the extra that we really need right now. And it's not really extra because car maintenance, home maintenance, veterinary care for the animals, those are all very important things. And we cannot go without them for very long because we have some desperate needs. The fence is about to fall all around us, and that's not going to be good when it happens. And yeah, not going to be good. But I'm struggling, and I have been struggling. I am dyslexic. And it's funny because up until a year ago, while the dyslexia affects me on a daily basis, I deal with issues constantly. But when you've lived with something your entire life, it's not so much It's just every day. It's just normal. Well, in my last job, I had been there so long that, I could do my job, with my eyes closed, pretty much. I had my compensation set in stone, and it wasn't really an issue. But it's an issue now. One of the catches with dealing with this sort of thing is the anxiety it creates. The types of employment that makes sense for me to go into doesn't make sense at the same time, if that makes sense. The work I did before was, I worked on computers, and I did a lot of data entry. I dealt with a lot of data, which is funny because after I lost my job, I went through the Texas Resource Center that helps people with disabilities kind of get back into the workforce, which was a waste of time, by the way. But they require you to go through testing to verify that you really do have whatever it is you say you have. And one of the things that was written in the report after my testing was complete is that one thing I should not be doing is data entry. I found that very ironic, since I had spent 11 years doing just that. But I don't know. I feel like that job was kind of once in a lifetime. It was moderately paced. I was able to kind of mold my abilities around the job expectations itself, because their expectations didn't require you need to get this done in 10 minutes kind of thing. I could take my time, double check, triple check, and I did a good job. But most places of business are not like that. And I've had to kind of learn the hard way. I got a job working with a company after losing that job, and I lasted about 3 months. I'm going to go into more detail specifically about the struggles that I have with the dyslexia, probably in other videos, but, basically processing a lot of information and doing it, quickly just doesn't happen. And unfortunately, that particular job, I was having trouble keeping up with the speed and the process that they were expecting. And taking that job was like a wake-up call. Like, I had no idea that I was going to fail so miserably. And it was a wake-up call, and it completely derailed me. Because after that happened, after losing that job, it really kind of made me take a step back and reevaluate and think, okay, this is going to be an issue. This is going to be a barrier. And I'm 40 years old, and I feel like I've already gone through this. I don't want to have to go through it again. But I've been struggling to deal with it and to find a place for me. I had a job interview today, and I had such a horrible panic attack before I went that I'm surprised I made it at all. I do not think that the job I went to interview for would be something that would come easily to me, which shouldn't be any surprise. It's something I've dealt with my whole life. you work 3 times harder than everybody else, and you struggle every step of the way. But anyway, the job was, it's just a basic call center job, and it's actually an answering service. And that sounds really simple, and it probably is. However, one of the things that they emphasized was the ability to have good spelling, good, written grammar and things like that. And that's just a no-go. It's not something I can change. It's not something I can make better. Trust me, if I could, I'd have done it by now. And so I panic. If they call me and they say, hey, you got the job, it's going to be rough. I'm not going to lie. It's going to be really rough. Taking messages over the phone, processing a lot of information, having to do a lot of reading. I can read. I'm not illiterate. I can read. But my reading speed and my comprehension, those are the 2 issues that I've got. So I just have a really gut feeling that job just isn't going to be good for me. However, I desperately need a job. So I don't know what to do. I have an interview tomorrow as well at Petco. Now let me tell you this. That's something I am interested in. And I know it seems silly that a 40-year-old woman would want to go and work for, Petco, a retail store making, $8, $9 an hour. But let me tell you why. Number one, I love animals. All animals. I'm very knowledgeable. The only thing I could probably sell on this planet would be, animal supplies. I would feel comfortable selling that product to people because I am an avid consumer. I know what works and I know what doesn't. I love advising people about animal concerns and needs, and especially when it comes to dogs. And that type of a position, of course, I am guessing here because I've actually never done that type of work before, isn't going to require heavy reading and writing and reports and, math. I mean, there'll be cash registers, but cash registers today pretty much, they tell you how much change to get back, and people use debit cards mostly anyway these days anyway. So, it just excites me. Now, the downfall is this particular job is a part-time job. So I will not be making a lot of money, but my hope and my goal is that if I did something like that and I enjoyed what I did and I had some time on the side, I can figure out what it is I'm supposed to be doing. Which is sad. I know it's sad. I'm 40. Talk about midlife crisis. I feel like I'm 20 again and I have no idea who I am, where I'm going, what I'm going to do. And this sucks. It just really sucks. I have gone off on the biggest tangent and I'm sorry. That kind of was not my intention for this video. I just kind of wanted to, open it up, get it started, figure out how to work the programs and record the videos and just kind of get it out there. So I'm sorry. I'm almost 100% positive that I won't get a lot of traffic on my videos. Nobody wants to listen to my boring life, my boring stories. But you never know. You never know. And it might be interesting. Might be, the first step for the rest of my life. I may wake up tomorrow and, everything might be crystal clear. Who knows? But I'm going to probably cut it off now and just come back again, and I'm sure that I'm going to utilize this platform on multiple occasions to talk about my struggles and to talk about a lot of topics, and just kind of share my story and my message, and kind of walk myself through it, because sometimes it's therapeutic to express this sort of things, and that's kind of what I'm looking for. So whether or not anybody listens to my videos or not, this is going to serve a purpose for me. So if someone happens upon and they can get something beneficial out of it, excellent. And that would make me very happy. So anyway, thanks. And I will see you again next time. Well, I guess technically I won't see you, and you won't see me, but you can hear me. Talk at you later.